Hello, hi everyone. Part two. I'm here with Ask the Acolytes. I have a very, very special guest. It is the wonderful Anna Hoover. She's one of our sponsors. She runs a really, really, really cool website if you haven't checked out, +3 to Charisma. If you have seen our really awesome trays and our cup holders. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I'm not nervous at all. They make a lot of really cool stuff, amazing dice and things like that. You guys have to check it out. But let's hear from Anna herself. So, hi Anna.
Hi, Roy. How are you?
It's a pleasure. Finally, I get to see you. I love it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
So,
for
oh
supporting
yeah.
us and supporting the show.
Oh, it's totally our pleasure. We are enjoying the show and getting to know you guys more. And as the suspense unravels and where you guys your travels are taking you, we're really enjoying the show too,
Oh,
and
thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
guys so much.
I heard when I first heard about you guys, uh, Josh Story, who plays Nelius, was telling me, oh my God, I met these amazing couples at a convention. I don't remember which
Mhm.
convention it was, and like they're so amazing. They love helping out children and sponsoring other things, and they're just so cool. And he was in love, by the way, with Nom Nom, and he was just in
Click
love with all those
clack.
characters and Click
Yes, our
Clack. There was we were
goblins.
like he would talk about it nonstop. Oh my God, you got to see these characters. They're just amazing.
That's
So,
funny.
yeah, tell us a little more about what you guys do and what kind of brought you to the store and everything.
Sure. So, well, we actually met Josh, and I think some of the other team members
Uh,
at LA Comic Con last
uh,
year.
yeah.
So, it was really fun. I think it was Friday night, and we ended up spending quite a bit of time talking. But we just +3 to Charisma started in 2017. It actually the seed sort of started earlier. I'm a silversmith and a leather worker, and I had my own jewelry business, and I wanted nerdy jewelry that I could wear to the office.
Of
And I
course.
really couldn't find anything. And so I just created my own. My very first collection was Heroes and Villains, and we used the color palette to um, reference your favorite characters. So like a red and blue would be could be Spider-Man, it could be Wonder Woman, it could be anybody. And we started that as the Secret Defenders because we defended your secret identity. Only you know who the colors were that they were your favorite character.
Right.
And so that's how we started, and we ended up getting a little tiny artist alley booth at LA Comic Con. We've been with them for a long time, and we started with jewelry, and then we had a friend give us a 3D printer, and so we printed up 3D printed rings,
Uh,
and we those took off, and then we started with dice trays and dice, and it just went from there. And we have been having a ball for over 5 years now, and we really our goal is really to create items that are um, quality items, but yet are still affordable. We know that there are some really high end companies and they make a wonderful products, but it's not really something that you want to use on a daily basis. So that's what our goal is to
yeah.
be on the go. We know that there's the pandemic. We know that a lot of people have shifted and they do a lot of game store gaming. So we have a lot of really cool travel items. But that's really just kind of how we started, and we love meeting people and we love helping the community, and we are very community focused because we know what games can do for people, and that's just
Yeah.
kind of where we are.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression that we got, that this was something that you did uh, from the heart.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
And that,
definitely a creative passion.
oh,
We
we have a
love.
question here. Oh,
Oh,
+3, love all your merch. Oh, at Tales of Amelia, welcome. Okay, well, is there a question here? Oh, sorry. Can you put it on the other side so I can see all of Anna here. Oh,
nice,
okay, don't worry
nice.
about it. That's fine.
But yeah, no, we love the gaming community in whole. We're kind of associated a little bit more with
Mm,
D&D, but board games, card games, dice games, table games. We just love a gaming community, and we love games.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about D&D? I mean, how did you first start in D&D?
So
What
I'm
brought you
kind of
to
a
this?
newbie to D&D,
Yeah.
and a little backstory about Plus Two to Charisma is Johnny is my husband, and he's the idea monkey, and he came up with Plus Two to Charisma as the name, and I had no idea what he was talking about. I'm like, what is charisma? Why is it just plus three? And it took him several times to explain it to me. It was pretty funny. But once I got it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. And we just that is who we are, is we're charisma. We boost your charisma.
Right.
Plus three is as high as you can go.
Right.
And we uh yeah, that's just kind of a little backstory of how we picked our name. And again, I'm very new. I've been in a couple of campaigns, but I love it. Johnny has been playing D&D since the early '90s, so he's kind of he's our DM. He's going to be our forever DM. We have an employee game going,
Oh,
and we all just get around and play D&D and have
right.
fun. Yeah.
That's amazing. So Johnny was a big D&D guy,
Mm-hmm.
and when did you start? When did he finally get you?
2018, maybe. It was shortly
That's so
after we
amazing.
started the business, because
Yeah.
we have so many people that run up to us, and they're so excited about their character and what they want to play. And
Yeah.
they were talking to me, and I have like no idea what they were talking about. And I appreciate them just rambling, and I'm like, I need to know this. I need to know what people are telling me, because
Yeah.
Johnny's the big D&D guy. He does comic books. I'm more of like movies and board games and things like
Right.
that, so we're a good mix. But I need
But
to know
that
what
but
people
D&D
are
was his
talking
thing.
about. Yeah, totally.
And
Yeah,
then you finally said, "Okay,
we
let's
got to
do
do
this."
it. Let's do it. So he did a homebrew. I created a female human pirate rogue, and I realized that a rogue is probably my forever DM character. I like the sticky
Ooh.
fingers. I like the stealth. I like the uh uh. I love being a rogue. It's fantastic.
I've been looking into that a little bit. I like the swashbuckler.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. That's pretty
That's what
neat.
it is. Oh
Yep.
yeah, and you get to roll a ton of dice, and you get to do all kinds of like checking for traps. And your problem with the mimic, I've had that problem with the mimic before too. So I
Yeah.
get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
I apparently it's still a problem. Excuse me. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we all get over
Yeah,
it.
eventually.
Yeah.
There's a question for you. What has been your favorite part of the show so far?
Oh gosh, there's been a lot of really good scenes. Um, I really think that it was probably episode two, maybe. I think when everybody was still kind of getting to know each other,
Mm.
and I think I would probably have to say Digo's first time getting drunk. That was hilarious. Hilarious. But I mean, I love all the characters. I love Chia's kind of like outgoing, just ready to just bust in their optimism.
Oh yeah,
I love that. And Neelis is still a little sneaky and a little crafty, and
yeah.
I can relate to that roguish nature. So I really, again, I would probably have to say like Digo's first drinking moment as a pirate rogue. I appreciate that
Love
very
it,
much.
love it. Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's gonna be a little of that. So
yeah.
I don't want to give away anything because I know you have 20 minutes left. So
I would have to say,
not so many.
what's your favorite movie been so far?
Oh, I don't know. I love the role play aspects of things. I think that when I'm in a moment and I get to really connect, I just that's the part that I'm just when things just click. Uh, the moment. Say again. Oh yeah. Definitely going into the quarters of the Blackwoods and
Oh, that
getting
was
to
a
sneak in there.
good part.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was, and her joining me and coming in, I was like, let's bring in some chaos. Let's see what happens. So that was really nice because
Nice.
I think that if I would have gone through it by myself, I would have been very cautious. Having her with me made that just epic. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think none of us expected that situation to go like that. So it was
Hmm.
really cool. Even Royce is like, oh, okay, this is happening. Okay, so
Yeah.
that was really fun. Uh, Getting to press onto Drax and having that moment, just to go
Hmm.
from losing someone to just letting it out.
Yeah.
I just watched everyone bickering, and it my impulse was just to grab him, and yeah, that heated moment felt so good.
Yeah. It's really cool when everybody is into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're playing and you're playing your pirate rogue, what are your what is your favorite moments of D&D? What is getting you to pull in and be like, yeah, I'm playing this forever.
I think same thing with you, interaction with the other players. Like when I can get the other members of our party, when we can just have a conversation as a character, it's really cool to kind of get into that mindset, and it becomes more alive, I think, when you are able to use your imagination and you've got a map in front of you and you've got your characters and you've got that one random character, that one party member who just wants to throw fireballs or just wants to turn into like that druid that always has to turn into like a cat or something. I think that it just throws a wrench into things, and you're like, and you have to think on the fly. And that's really kind of just the immersion and the interaction, that I just love in the whole game.
Now,
Yeah.
do you like being more serious? Do you like playful? Do you like all of it?
Oh, I like all of it. Probably more playful. I had another character. It was this little gnome, and he was a very, very long line of jewelers that he came from, being a jeweler. And
Love it.
I guess I would have to say funny because he always had a pun. And sort of my behind the scenes of the character is I had pun websites or sites that were open, and I always had a pun for like every random encounter. And we had zombie bunnies that were chasing us, and I had puns for that. And
I'm sorry.
listening to the rest of the party go, oh, and they would just groan because they were so bad. I love that. I think that's hilarious, just doing things off the cuff and just doing things unexpected, to get a response from people. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have you played with kids? How do you see it when kids come and they react to the games? Because I know that Johnny, we had a little bit of a conversation before, just a little bit, guys. I swear. Um, and I know that he's actually making a game also for kids, so he's really
Yeah.
passionate about this.
A- Absolutely. We actually not we don't have children, but we have lots of nieces and nephews, and
Hmm.
we through the different conventions that we've been through, we actually see a difference in children at board gaming conventions, like hardcore board gaming conventions versus like Comic Cons and things like that. We see the children who have had that they've had rules, that they've had things that they have to adhere to, that they understand kind of just society.
Yeah,
They act a lot better, I
yeah,
guess, than kids who just kind of like, free range, and are just kind of all over the place, a lot more respectful. And we also know that there's not a lot of D&D adventures for children. There's the youth league and the things like that. The D&D that Wizards has created,
right.
but as far as like homebrews and things like that. So that's where the Dice Goblin characters came from, and they
Yeah,
are going to be part of a youth game that we are creating. I don't want to say too much, but we do
I
have Click
understand.
Clack Nom Nom. Chunk Chunk just got released. So he's available online right now. Our other one, Pew Pew, is in the works.
I
We
love it.
also do have Yum Yum, who is the twin to Nom Nom, so that one's working on
Oh,
as well. And there's a couple other ones in the works too. Of course, we have the big
yeah.
bad dragon, things
If
like that. So
and for anybody who's watching, if you guys haven't seen these characters, they're so cute, and it's yeah. I mean, it definitely brings the kid out, and I mean, like I said uh, to you, Story, who plays Nelius, when he first saw you guys, he saw these characters, and he got immediately pulled into it. And he was like, "Oh my god, this is like the cutest thing ever." That's one thing when I'm on your website, I'm like, "Why is this not splashed all over? I want to see more of these characters." And I realized, oh, okay, there's something else going on. I see. Well, Johnny,
yes.
we're waiting for you. We can't wait to see
He is
what.
working on it feverishly every week. He's finishing it up. So we're hoping this summer that we'll be able to come out with a little bit more with the story, with the rest of the characters and the band. And I can say there is going to be a war pig involved as well.
Okay,
There's a whole lot of charisma boosting going on. The war pig, I believe
makes
his
sense.
name is going to be Snort Snort. So total fun, just total
Yeah,
random hilarity, and it's just gonna be good, clean fun for everybody.
besides just bringing out the inner child in us and kind of connecting on that level,
Mhm.
there is something very therapeutic. Yeah, playing is it is very cathartic. That we know. But there is something almost therapeutic about it as you make your own character and build on it, and there's a little bit of yourself that you pull in and out of it, and it's very interesting to analyze it afterwards and go, huh, why did I do that? Oh, that's interesting.
I think having kind of those after sessions where either you can talk with the DM or talk with the other players,
uh,
or talk during break, I think those are so critical because you do get an immediate chance to kind of respond to what you did. And sometimes you're in the heat of a character and you don't even really think about what you're doing, you just respond. And your other players can give you feedback of, hey, why did you do that? Or we can just, again, just having that conversation about it. But
yeah,
it's those memorable moments that get stuck in our brain, and it's those moments that we share with other people that, like I said, when I'm at shows, I can't even tell you how many people run up to us, and they're really excited because they see our name and they're like, oh, D&D and gaming,
right,
and then they want to tell me their favorite character and their favorite time and what they did and who they played with, and those are the kind of things, again, that just brings the community together. It builds relationships, and we are entirely about relationships.
right,
We know the importance of having relationships with your family and your friends
yeah,
and your D&D group and your board gaming group, and having the spiritual connections as well. And we're a Christian-based company, and having a belief and a trust, and we know what gaming can do for people. We've seen very lonely people that come to our booth, and we
yeah,
say, go find a gaming group. Here's a place I know of where you live. Go there. And it really truly is a way for people to connect, to not feel so isolated in today's world. And it's amazing. It's just amazing I can tell you tons of stories of positive things that have happened just because of gaming, and it's amazing. We love it.
yeah. Well, I mentioned this on a I think an earlier episode, but as you're clicking around, this is, I guess, one good advantage to direct commercial advertising. But I noticed they started uh, DM therapy. Like, you can become a therapist, like basically using tabletop to
Really?
as therapy. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
it's so fascinating, and getting to sit down and play and work through things. I mean, not only does it can help your self esteem, it can open you up as a person, but you just mentioned getting to talk to your DM and your friends afterwards and asking why. I mean, that's it's almost like a therapy in that sense.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. There's been a couple times, like I said, Johnny's our DM, and
yeah,
there's been a couple times, and one in particular where it was a TPK, it was a total party kill, but it was in a dream session, and we did not find out that it was a dream until 5 minutes before the session was over, and I was so angry. I would not talk to him. I did not talk to him at all for like a day. I was so upset because of this whole thing, and I'm living with this man, and I mean I talked to him about other things, but
right.
he was like, well, what about? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it. And it's funny how those things really emotionally affect us, even though it's just a game.
Yeah,
You know, it really does affect us, and I mean, it makes for a great story later. But yeah, it's just talking. Again, it's the talking aspect.
yeah,
I don't think we do enough of it in today's
yeah.
world.
Absolutely. And playing something that, first of all, bringing people together, relating, communicating, acting, reacting, and working together on a
Yeah.
problem is just it's a beautiful thing. No, wait a minute. You just said that you had a TPK, total party
Hmm.
kill,
Hmm.
in a dream session,
Uh-huh.
ended, and he didn't tell you it was a dream.
We didn't know it was a dream until about 5 minutes before the whole game was over, before we called it a night. So it was the whole dream sequence was the entire session.
Right,
And we woke up because what had happened is we had gone into a warehouse.
right,
One of our tiefling sorcerer who could not keep his hands off of things
of
opened a
course.
barrel, and it happened to be a drug smuggling warehouse, and so it was this mushroom powder. Everybody had gone into a dream sequence. We were all in the hospital
Jeez.
essentially. We didn't know it. We are all having the same dream, and yeah, we all died, and we all woke up.
Right.
And then found out it was a dream, and we were still alive, of course.
Beware the mushrooms. Oh yeah, we've learned that.
Beware the mushroom powders. Just if you have a rogue, or if you have somebody that can do some perception and some trap checking and stuff, always a smart thing to take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That intractable rod is kind of nice. I kind of wish I use it on the chest, but hey.
Yeah, yeah. I am curious to see how the tomato throwing stick is going to go though.
Yeah. That was definitely meant to be in Chia's hand, so that's gonna be very interesting. I say,
Yes, yes.
Anelius, be careful.
Oh, I
Who
see. I
knows?
like
I
it.
don't know. So
I
another
love that.
really really cool thing. So this is something that you love to do. +3 with charisma, and going out and meeting the community and doing all that. But people don't know that that actually is not your day job. So can you tell
It's
us about
not.
your day job?
Sure, sure. So I'm a registered professional archaeologist.
Mm.
So yes, so we deal with archaeologists deal with humans, paleontologists deal with animals. On
Hmm.
the archaeologist side, I have been an archaeologist for going on about 25 years now. I've worked in the private sector, and I've also worked with Native American communities for about 15 years. And that is my academic passion for sure.
Yeah.
+3 and gaming is my nerdy creative passion, and archaeology is my academic profession.
Now, how does that affect your gaming?
I do a lot of, everybody always thinks, oh, archaeologists are always out in the field, and we're getting dirty and we excavate, and that's part of it. I actually do I have a master's degree in archaeology and anthropology, and I do a lot, like when that happens, you end up writing and
Mm.
doing a lot of project management. So, dealing with clients, dealing with budgets, talking,
Right.
preparing documents and memos and things are really, really handy when you have to go in front of, as a gamer, you have to go
Right.
in front and develop speeches or figure out how to deal with other characters, or honestly, for +3, I love rocks. I'm one of those archaeologists that
Yeah.
loves rocks, and that's where a lot of my jewelry comes from. Is my rocks that I have. My rocks, my semi-precious stones and things that I've collected over the years. So I put those into my jewelry. So
Yeah.
it definitely bleeds over for sure. You've
Now,
got survey skills and things that help with D&D, random
right,
things.
right. Surveying a certain delicacy, and even just an appreciation of culture and
Yes,
of the past
absolutely.
history. Okay,
Yeah.
I do have to ask a question. Okay, this one's very important. Does Anna have a whip and hat?
Oh God. Um, I hate to admit it, but I have a Disney archaeology Indiana Jones weapon.
Oh yes, yeah. I don't know.
I
It's
do.
like it's the sort of frontier, Jungle Book, Indiana Jones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm all about it.
Yeah, yeah. I had a friend, an archaeologist friend that she bought that for me for
Oh,
one of my
that's
birthdays.
great.
So I do have the Indiana Jones version of those, but they're not like legit, but
Still cool.
I
Still
have
cool.
it. I have it.
So yes,
So
we
yes
will
would be
say
the
yes.
answer. Yes.
But you play a rogue. Have you ever played like anything shamanistic or anything that kind of reflected uh, anything you've learned anthropologically?
I haven't actually.
Oh,
I one of my characters, I'm working. You always have multiple characters as
yes.
sitting around that you want to play. One of them is a tabaxi. I'd love to play a tabaxi, and I think a monk or a druid or something like that would be perfect for
Yeah.
that particular class. But no, I haven't. That's a good question. Question.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm gonna get
Interesting.
gonna get my creative character
Right.
juices going. I'm gonna come up with something.
What What would
Yeah.
you have done in the catacombs?
As a rogue,
Yeah.
or as one of the existing characters, because there's a
As
difference.
a rogue, as you, as a
Oh, as
rogue
a
coming
rogue,
in. How about
I
that?
would have checked for traps first of all.
Oh yeah.
That didn't happen much,
No, we
but
just were like,
so normally, like my favorite position is to kind of be in the back of the party.
mhm,
I love to, be in the shadow. I'm totally about the stealth. I love that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
against the walls, taking spiders out from behind, all of that kind of stuff probably is what I would have done. Although, seeing the Amber's character coming out of a crystal, I probably would have tried to steal a crystal shard or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not I actually have items in my bag. I do have a bag of holding that I don't think that so yeah, I have definitely things that my party doesn't know that I have. So I've got
Oh.
sticky fingers, horribly sticky fingers.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh, so
mm,
you would have joined Chia. Yeah, there was
oh yeah.
actually a lot of fun stuff in there apparently, and I was like, well, I'm gonna respect the dead. And it's interesting. There's things that I play out with so many people. I can't
Hmm.
describe everything, so
Yeah,
I keep it simple. Okay, well, I'm sitting here. I'm probably gonna light some incense and pay a
yeah,
respect to the dead. Or and like the hardest thing is like me. I want to go touch everything. You know what I mean? Like, no, I want to go there. I've got
yes.
ADD. Let me touch everything. No, no.
As you were sitting there paying your respects, I'd probably be very quietly, very stealthily picking some pockets and putting some things. I have a coat with lots of pockets, and things would have been ended up in my
Ooh,
pockets, and I would have respected, what your beliefs are and what you wanted to
yeah,
do, but I would have been working in the background.
yeah. I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love that. I'm like, okay, it's okay. They get to go do that. I'm gonna be here holding this
absolutely.
down.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Though,
No, I think
there's
it's really cool. And honestly, I like your character because it brings balance
yeah,
to everybody, and it kind of brings that calming balance that I think people that the other characters really need.
Yeah,
So
there's a
I
lot of
do like
chaos in
that.
there.
Oh yes.
So
Oh yes, there is.
yeah, yeah. And as much as I want to join the chaos train, I'm like, okay, somebody has to hold down the fort. So,
Yes. Yes. I love that. I do like that about your character.
well, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I know that there's going to be some appearances that you're going to do. Can you tell us where you're going to be next?
Oh, sure. We are super excited. We've got WonderCon coming up next week. That is
WonderCon.
in WonderCon in Anaheim. That is the
Amazing.
24th, 5th, and 6th, I believe it is, Friday,
Hmm.
Saturday, Sunday. We're going to be kind of in the anime clothing section. I guess that's what it is. It's I don't even remember what our booth number is, but um, it's something 44, 20, 44, something like that. I don't remember. But we're going to be over by the lightsaber booth. So we're pretty excited about that.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's a good place to be.
Yeah. Yes, yes, absolutely. So there's WonderCon here next week, and then in May we're doing Comic Con Revolution, and that is over in Ontario, Southern California.
Okay.
And then we have definitely LA Comic Con booked, and that's early December. And we are really hoping to have a special guest appearance from the cast and crew of Dungeons Divided join us.
Ooh,
As a
I
kind
think
of
we
a
might do
sneak peek,
that.
we're hoping that we should be able to get that set up. So
Yeah, no, we have. Oh, I'd love to.
yeah.
Well, I think some of us will be heading down to WonderCon at least to go in and say hello. So if anybody is going to be at WonderCon, please, please come check out +3 to Charisma, and we'll be there too, giving our hello. So peruse some lightsabers for a minute and be like, "Hey!" So any appearances from Num Num or Click Clack, or are we gonna have anything else in there?
Well, it'll be right now, I think just Nom Nom and Click Clack. Like I said, Chonk Chonk is on our website. He's available for purchase for t-shirts and stickers. We just are probably not going to have him actually at WonderCon. So
Gotcha.
yeah, but
Gotcha. Well, amazing. +3 to charisma. That's plus, like, spell it out, +3 to charisma.com. Is there anything else you would love to? Oh, before, let me roll it back. Is there any advice you would have for us acolytes?
oh, I think we really talked about probably all the advice that I give all the time is
Hmm.
have fun, come up with a character that you are interested in and like you said, has a little piece of you because it's easier to play than somebody just totally random. If I were going to go play, an accountant sorcerer or something like that was very uptight, but I could probably do it, but it's not
Yeah.
really me. Have fun. If you're a playful person, have fun with the character. If you're a little more structured, pick a structured character, pick a paladin or somebody that really kind of appeals to you. We love first timers. We love helping them pick characters. We help helping them just develop who they are more. Always, we're always open for DMs and conversations. If anybody needs help with characters, I've got my idea monkey. He loves coming up with new characters all the time. But really just have fun. Pick a group of people that you like playing with, even if you don't know
Yeah.
them. Go to your board game shop and or develop a Discord group or place with somebody on Twitch.
Yeah.
Just go do it. Um, don't wait. Just go do it. It's fun.
Yeah. And
You
nowadays
know.
it's so mainstream. Whether you're a nerd, not a nerd. I mean, I like being a nerd. But if you're not, nerds are cool now. So it's all
Yes.
good.
Yes, we are.
Just, yeah, I mean, just do it. I love it.
Yeah, and the same thing with board games. If you're uncomfortable playing board games, you don't really like people, there's a lot of solo games that are out there that you can play. And that'll get you started into the world. And once you go to a board game shop, again, we're all nerds.
Yeah.
We're all geeky. We're always uncomfortable talking to other people. I think that's just humanity in general. And
Yeah.
just go do it. It's so rewarding and you will definitely get benefits from it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Is
Just
there
do it.
any way that people can reach you or Johnny, what would be the best way to reach you guys?
We're on Instagram all the time. We have a contact, on the first page of our website, we have a
Uh,
contact email. You just, let us know what you want to talk about. Sign up for our newsletter. That's a good way to find out where we are, and there's always email information there. We're kind of sort of getting into TikTok a little bit more, but
right.
Instagram really is probably the best way to get a hold of us. You can
Okay.
you can always email me too, and all that contact information is on our website
Perfect. Perfect. And that's
yeah
at +3 at charisma.
at +32charisma.com.
Plus
That's
three
us.
to
So
charisma.
yes,
Wonderful.
because it's all about charisma. We
I
all we
agree.
all
I
have
agree.
it.
So wait, you
It's
haven't played a
just
bot
what
yet?
your level is. What's your modifier? Is it a +3 or not? We can help with
Yeah, we got you.
that. We help you.
I love
But
it.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Anna. You're
Oh, thank you,
amazing.
Roy.
I can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone else. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Roy. And keep watching Dungeons Divided. We love you guys. I just want to see where you guys are gonna end up. It's so much fun.
Yeah. 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 It's become my favorite day of the week. It really has. I'm just kind of like, ooh, I can't wait.
Yes, it's so much fun. And one thing I noticed, keep an ear out
Yeah. Did we lose her?
for
Oh,
those
no.
those dice towers. Are you there? Yeah.
No.
Can you hear
Keep
me?
an I got you now.
Keep an ear out for dice towers. So we create our dice towers to have a specific sound. And I notice when your DM rolls his dice through the dice tower, through our double barrels, everybody reacts. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, she's doing something, because it's that sound. You guys hear it and you
Right.
react. So keep an ear out for those dice towers.
Yeah. That dice tower. It's it's freaky when something's happening. We're like, okay, oh,
Yep. That every one of our DMs that buy one of those, that's what they use it for. That's what they use it
I
for.
love it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right,
Well, thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you, Anna, again.
All
See you
right.
guys.